Update: Morrissey will no longer be giving print interviews after he went on record defending Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, both of whom have been accused of UAL harassment and assault, Spin reports. Moz made the announcement during a show at Chicago's Riviera Theatre, which was thanky captured by a fan in the audience. "Let me just say this: that was the last print interview I will ever do," he said in reference to his interview with the Sunday Times. "Unless you see the words form in my mouth and then you see the words or hear the words come out of my mouth, please. If you don't see that, I didn't say it." That defense sure is familiar. Kind of like when we heard President Trump on the Access Hollywood tape say he gropes women, then he went on TV to admit that he did say that, and now he reportedly denies the tape is authentic. Come on, Moz. You're not perfect, but you're definitely better than that. Listen to his impassioned speech below and delight in never having to read another print profile on Morrissey again. This article was originally published on November 26, 2017. Earlier this month, the former frontman of the Smiths defended Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey's history of being UAL predators by essentially stating that the men were simply misunderstood and that any physical and psychological damages done were the fault of the survivors for not knowing better. Many people, including singer Shirley Manson, were understandably infuriated by Morrissey's gross comments. Unsurprisingly, their outrage didn't stop him from stoking the fire. According to Spin, Moz once again proved that he doesn't grasp just how serious UAL harassment and assault are in an interview with the Sunday Times. "You must be careful as far as UAL harassment is concerned, because often it can be just a pathetic attempt at courtship," he said. "I'm sure it's horrific, but we have to keep everything in proportion. I have never been UAL harassed, I might add. To be clear, a pathetic attempt at courtship is when someone tries to pass you a drink at a party and winds up spilling it all over your shirt. UAL harassment is when someone tries to coerce you into giving him a massage. The two are in no way the same." For him claiming to have never been harassed, that's great. I'm happy to hear that there are people in this world who have never been demeaned or preyed upon. Unfortunately, 60% of women and 20% of men in the United States report that they have experienced predatory behavior. Rape culture is not something that should ever be dismissed as courtship fails. "I would, for the safety of humanity," Spin reports he said in response to a question if he'd push a hypothetical button to annihilate the 45th president. "It has nothing to do with my personal opinion of his face or his family, but in the interest of humanity, I would push. Look, I also agree with Morrissey that Trump is not a leader and should never have been granted the highest office in the world, but if asked if it'd kill him, the answer would be no. Why? Because human meat is murder.